Hi, everyone. It is another Monday, so we are recording another episode of the Social Justice Politicast for you. Today, you have Skylar
And Gabe?
and Jackson.
and Jaxon. So our pleas were answered. Thank you, Jackson, for coming on
Thank
and
you for having me.
doing this with us. I'm going to surrender the floor to Jackson in just a moment. We just want to run you through. Last week was kind of there was one big ticket item that we're going to let Jackson touch because he was there and present for it. But just kind of on the other items that we flagged last week, the county did their thing and passed consent unanimously, so that all went according to plan. But kind of the real topic last week was at the 2 p.m. city council meeting that the three of us were at, but we sat right behind you, Jackson,
That
in
was amazing. I
in
didn't
the
even know that.
chambers. So anyway, give us if you don't mind. Who are you and how do you come to be in city and council chambers at such a contentious day?
Well, I'm Jackson, and I've been one of the protesters. I do uh, the photography down at the John Moss Federal Building, where they're detaining our community members, and they transport them in and out at all hours of the day. So we started off with two people just out front, uh, using their voices, and then it grew to like 10 people. Um, and so I'm just a concerned neighbor is kind of how it started, but I've always done photography on these topics. I go to school for sociology, and I'm just really passionate about this. Um, I got a ticket for using my First Amendment right like a couple months ago. Uh, because SAC PD started harassing us like every day at a certain time. So it was my idea to take it to city council and make our presence known until they uh, heard us out. So my Vangs team uh, added onto it, or the back end of it. They helped with that. But I was there for my neighbors and for our First Amendment right. So that's how it got started.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
and just for folks to clarify, this was the item that was on the city council agenda, which was agenda item 14, which originally was supposed to be on the consent calendar, but then they moved it over the discussion calendar because I believe, and you guys can clarify on this, but I think we had over 100 people show up to make public comment for that item,
and like
which
nearly 700 written comments or something.
Yeah, it
I
was
think
over
it's
a
like I
hundred.
think it might be record breaking.
I think they
wow.
said that. Yeah, over 100 people came for public comment and over 700 online public comments,
So
which
really shout out
that's a lot.
to the orgs that were doing a lot of work to mobilize people around this, like NorCal Resist, the Asian American Liberation Network, which we had posted their toolkit in our show notes last week. So I mean, incredible job for people, not only the amount, but just like for the time of day, 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, and
No
that many
kidding.
people
Yeah,
Yes.
showing
for
up,
sure.
like the community let it be known that this was an important issue for them, and like kudos and snaps all around to
Right.
everyone who did show up.
I think if they didn't get such a positive community response, I I don't really think they would have passed it, to be honest. Because we've been working on this since like October, November, and the mayor literally walked to this day at 2 p.m. in the most inconvenient time, and then did a no-show as well. So I that speaks volumes. So yeah, it was definitely walked, and the 2 p.m. on a Tuesday was intentional. So in my opinion,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the community showed how much they cared. So
Yeah, there
that
was
was
one
that was
woman,
very
right,
powerful.
who was like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just saying there's one
No,
woman to that point that was like I'm playing hooky at work, like I might get fired, but this is like so important to me that it's worth it.
yeah, I
Which
was
I
part of organizing my people, like the protesters, and then whoever is on my social media. And a lot of people called off work, which is
yeah.
ironic because like they were able to fit it in their schedules, but like the actual mayor like couldn't actually fit it in his schedule, which is ironic.
Yeah.
Straight
But
up.
yeah, kudos to Sacramento. They really care about their neighbor. they keep like impressing me, like because we started off with 10 people down there, and it's huge now. So
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so from here, what's going to happen is that I think really like you just said, Jackson, to the credit of everybody who showed up and made their voices heard, they're gonna fast track this thing to law and ledge. So a much more hardy version of like an ordinance and like something that puts in writing that like the sidewalk outside the John Moss building is public city property. Like you can stand there. That is a
yeah,
First Amendment thing. Like a bunch of stuff like that. The amount that PD will be allowed to aid or like help or even really be involved in ICE actions at all will be different. ICE, I believe, will not be allowed onto city property or allowed to conduct
yeah,
their business anywhere like that. So it does look like something that's more robust, and we'll have more details on this in a couple of weeks because it is going to come before law and legislation on February 10th. And it looks like, I mean, like Rick Jennings gave his blessing. Like this is going to go to full council. And that's where the community comes in, right? Because the community showed up and
Hmm.
made it impossible for the
yeah.
people who sit up there to do anything except take this super, super, super seriously. So they're
It
going to
was
be
really
talking
neat to
about
see like come into fruition.
yeah, so we're going to see the first piece of that at law and legislation because, of course, that's where we send like new ideas. That's where they start. And then the law and legislation committee will vote to pass it along to full council. And I would be surprised if like we got through February without this getting to the full council stage. It looks like they're really going to fast track this. So that's
That's
kudos
awesome.
to the folks who showed up, and also honestly my Vang, and then also credit where credit's due, Karina and Eric, who kind of got this ball rolling. It looks like we actually might get something with teeth out of it. So fingers crossed. And
Yeah,
like Mai said at the meeting, keep showing up because this is how we get what we want is to show up and
yeah.
demand it.
Like all eyes
Yeah.
on city council at all times.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
yeah, especially in these times.
Well, Jackson, you got anything else before Gabe kind of lets gives us the preview on what's coming up tomorrow?
Uh, no, I don't have anything. I would just encourage people to like really get involved in at least local uh policies and stuff like that because our voices are powerful and we can at least make a difference in our communities to make it better for all of us.
Jackson, where can people find you online? Like, do you have a social profile that you wouldn't mind sharing, or like how can
Uh,
people get in touch with you if they
yeah,
want to?
they can find me on Instagram. It's the Action Jaxon. It's Jaxon. So yeah,
Awesome.
I'm
Well,
on there.
find Jackson, find us, and like he says, man, get involved because it does make a difference. And
It does
Tuesday
make a
was proof
difference.
positive of that.
Yeah. Thanks,
Speaking of
guys.
that, Gabe, what exciting topics will we be covering tomorrow at City Council?
Well, tomorrow, the very first thing that we have is an 11 a.m. Budget and Audit Committee meeting. We flagged one item, which is item two. It's the fiscal year 2024-25 Measure U sales tax performance audit. We've covered a lot about Measure U over the years on our website. If you want to go check out our blog at socialjusticesac.com/blog, you can go through the archives and check out all of the ones that we've done on Measure U. But essentially, in Measure U was passed in 2012. It's a half-cent tax to augment the city's ability to fund essential services. And over the years, there's been a lot of shady stuff that's gone on with Measure U money. Primarily, money that was not ever supposed to be going towards SAC PD has gone towards SAC PD. So it is something that we just encourage people to keep their eyes on. As any adjustments or audits of the funds are important for folks to be aware of. We have also flagged item number 7, which is the fiscal year 25-26 budget update and proposed adjustments. These are just part of the overall larger budget conversations, which we're going to be covering pretty consistently up until the time of the budget proposed and approved budget for the city. it is just want to make sure that folks are aware of where their money and resources are going and how often they get siphoned into, again, unfortunately, the Sacramento Police Department. And then later that same day, so still talking about tomorrow, the 3rd, we have City Council at 2 p.m. We flagged item number 16. It's got a real long title: Establishment of Appointed Officers Unit and Adoption of the Personnel Resolution covering appointed officers, Personnel Resolution covering unrepresented employees, Employer-Employee Relations Policy, and Citywide Salary Schedules. Okay, so kind of give you a sum up of why we flagged this. City Council has often gotten bullied into approving inappropriate raises nonstop by City Manager Howard Chan. It's interesting to see this precedent being set as the new City Manager begins her work. So it will be something to keep an eye on and make notes on which each council member has to say about the salaries packages for all of our citywide staff and personnel. Other than that, we have no meetings going on for county this week. They're taking a nice little break. So that's sweet for them. And yeah, I think that's all we got on the docket.
I just want to encourage people to go and sit amongst the police commission. No one goes, and I have a lovely story about that, but no one goes. And I went to go listen to the budget when they were going to talk about it the first time, and they'd lost their notes. But I would encourage everyone to at least go sit amongst them if they're interested. Oh yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we will continue to flag when those commission meetings happen so that you have the info you need to go and do that, because I agree that's an important one to be there for.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us today. Jaxon, thank you so much for coming on and being our first guest, our inaugural guest. This is a milestone for all of us.
It's an honor. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Like,
yeah,
you guys are
absolutely.
awesome.
Oh man, likewise, man. Thank you, and thank you for all the work you're doing and on here and at council and outside the John Moss building. It's super important, and we appreciate you, man.
And thank you for bringing this information to people like myself and making it like understandable, like and short and sweet, like why they should and why they shouldn't. They make it really hard to find
Yeah.
and follow. So what you guys are doing, I love it. It's amazing. And I'm just going to keep encouraging people, if they're not interested, to at least watch the podcast.
Well, thanks, man.
But thank you guys.
Thank you.
I hope you guys have a good day.
All right,
Thanks.
y'all. Well, stay safe out there. Enjoy the light week, because I think the 10th is going to be a little less light. So we'll see you then. But y'all stay safe and all of that, and we'll see you.